afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Wednesday. Our producer thought it was Thursday. He's very upset.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
It's not the gateway to the weekend yet.
No, that's
it's hump
true.
day.
But we're thinking spring and planting, and we're going to be taking your calls a little later this hour for Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company. Things are starting to pop up now.
Yeah,
You notice that?
Yeah, my daylilies are poking through.
Here they come.
All right, we'll get to that in a minute. But first, here's what's making news on this Wednesday. Now, 9 people have died from the coronavirus in the U.S. We'll provide the latest update on the spread of the virus.
Here in southern Wisconsin, health officials say they are testing 5 more possible cases of coronavirus. We'll tell you how they're working to keep you safe.
And what law enforcement is saying after a person is shot by a homeowner while trying to break into their house.
Let's take a look outside today. It was nice and sunny, still a little on the cool side, but a big warm-up is on the way for the weekend.
Yeah, I've seen more and more brown and less and less white. A little rain, a little snow in the forecast. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti is with us in the backyard with more on that. Gary?
Well, it's pretty nice out here in the backyard right now. Skies are sunny. We do have some rain and snow showers on the way, though. Let's start out by taking a look at the live view from the Platteville Queen Bee Radio Sky Cam. And you can see that skies are mostly sunny over southwestern Wisconsin, but some rain and snow showers starting to develop over northern Minnesota. Those will start drifting southeastward. And later on tonight, we could see some light rain and snow showers, but temperatures should be above freezing by then. Notice over the next 12 hours, our temperatures bottoming out just below 30 degrees before midnight, and then we start rising temperatures overnight, and that will keep the precipitation in a mixed form, so I don't think anything will stick to the ground. In fact, by tomorrow morning, we'll be looking at temperatures in the lower 40s with mid-40s expected for high temperatures for tomorrow. Now, as we take a look at first warn traffic, things are pretty quiet out there right now. There's the view of the Beltline over at Monona Drive. Traffic moving pretty steadily in both directions. There is a vehicle stall on the southbound portion of I-3990 just south of the Beltline. Right now, not causing any traffic delays there. Traffic on the construction zones in I-3990 heading down towards Janesville and Beloit, no problem there. I-94 eastward toward Milwaukee and US 12 into southeastern Wisconsin, traveling at or above the posted speeds, as are the interstates north and west of Madison, including I-39, 90, and 94, as well as US 151 into Beaver Dam. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
Gary, thank you.
Just into the Channel 3000 Alert Center this afternoon, the State Health Department confirms there are currently 6 pending cases of coronavirus in Wisconsin.
Officials are still waiting on tests for those potential patients. In the meantime, those experts fielded questions from lawmakers on the topic today, and Danica Lewis is here now with more on that. Danica.
So the main message from the state health officials today was remain calm, do not panic. The risk here still is low. But they did acknowledge the unknown of what's technically referred to as COVID-19, saying guidance that they gave today might change as the virus spreads and we learn more about it. They laid out what processes and strategies are available to them now, including declaring a public health emergency here in Wisconsin. Of course, that has not happened yet. Those officials say the one thing all Wisconsinites can do is be smart while traveling and stay updated with CDC recommendations.
We don't generally recommend that healthy people who are traveling through airports wear masks. We don't recommend that people, need to do that on a regular basis. But just being conscious of your, sort of respiratory etiquette. Same thing, covering your coughs and sneezes, washing your hands, and really just trying to be polite with your respiratory etiquette, and hopefully others are doing the same.
The focus will also be making sure we are prepared for any potential outbreak in long-term care facilities, prisons, and other places where people congregate. That could mean new screenings or visitation rules at those facilities. The other big update locally is a hotline that UW Health has now set up where people can call with questions about coronavirus before they go to a doctor, urgent care, or the ER. That number is 608-720-5300. And again, it's really important to remember that there is only one confirmed case of coronavirus here, and that person has since recovered.
And these are just people being tested at this point.
People being tested at this point, and we're definitely going to keep an eye on how those tests turn out.
All right, Danica, thank you.
Thank you, Danica. Authorities in California report the first death in their state from coronavirus.
That's on top of the 10 deaths in Washington state, and in New York, about 1,000 people are under self-quarantine. In Washington state, an Amazon employee is in quarantine after testing positive. A nursing home outside Seattle remains the epicenter epicenter of the outbreak with at least 5 confirmed deaths. Authorities say a visitor to the facility flew back to North Carolina and has since tested positive. And officials in Los Angeles County announced a state of emergency after confirming 6 new cases.
There's one person that is hospitalized. And all of our other 5 new cases are being isolated at home.
L.A. health officials believe they know how all 6 contracted the virus. President Trump and Vice President Mike Pence met with airline CEOs to discuss efforts to contain the virus.
Governor Tony Evers says 152 communities will receive grant money to help pay for road repairs. The program pays up to 90% of total costs, with local governments chipping in the other 10%. Several communities in our area will receive the money, including towns and cities in Dane, Columbia, Dodge, and Jefferson counties. Wisconsin's rural roads were recently highlighted in the New York Times for their rough shape. A 2019 report from the National Transportation Research nonprofit said the state's rural roads are among the most deteriorated in the country. Juneau County officials are investigating after initial reports show a man shot an intruder in the town of Kingston.
Our Madeline O'Neill is live in Juneau County to tell us what happened and how the law is applied in cases like this. Maddie?
We're here in Boston, where the Juneau County Sheriff's Office is located, as their investigations continue into this shooting that happened in Mather. That's an unincorporated community in the township of Kingston. That's about 45 minutes northwest of Boston here. So the sheriff tells us the homeowner had just gotten home from work about 4 this morning when he heard someone inside his residence. The homeowner tells officials he was able to get the intruder out the first time, but then his wife was on the phone with dispatch when the homeowner says the intruder tried to get in again and reportedly threatened them. The sheriff says the homeowner then shot the intruder, something that defense attorney Chris Van Wagner says may be protected by what's called the Castle Doctrine here in Wisconsin.
The Castle Doctrine, which is sometimes called the stand your ground law, it allows a homeowner to defend themselves against a forcible, unwanted intruder. You can shoot somebody in your home if they don't belong there. They are forcibly inside, and you are presumed to act reasonably.
Charging decisions will be made by the district attorney. The Juneau County Sheriff says he won't be able to say if he thinks charges will be filed in this case until the investigation is over. He also says the man who was shot was taken to the hospital and went into surgery. The homeowner says he didn't know the man who tried to get into his house. Now, coming up at 6, we'll have more on the Castle Doctrine and how it's applied here in Wisconsin.
Madeline O'Neill reporting live from Austin. Thank you.
The battle over abortion rights is back in the spotlight as the Supreme Court takes up its first major case of the Trump era. It is the first abortion case to reach the high court since conservative Justice Brett Kavanaugh was appointed by President Trump. The law in question requires doctors to have admitting privileges at nearby hospitals, which abortion providers say is not always possible. Louisiana attorneys argue it's a matter of safety.
We know that there are serious complications from abortion. It is documented abundantly in our record.
It is alarming and it is unacceptable that in the year of 2020, there are still states that are hell-bent on preventing women from getting access to reproductive health care.
The court's decision is expected by the end of June. After sinking $500 million into his campaign, Michael Bloomberg calls it quits and is now supporting Joe Biden.
Natalie Brand has more from the White House on the latest Democratic shakeup.
A day after a dismal Super Tuesday finish, billionaire Michael Bloomberg is out of the race to become president. He's now backing Joe Biden.
I've always believed that defeating Donald Trump starts with uniting behind the candidate with the best shot to do it. That candidate is my friend and a great American, Joe Biden.
The former vice president tweeted his thanks to Bloomberg. Biden bounced back big on Super Tuesday, winning 9 states. He's currently leading in the delegate count. Maine and California are still counting ballots. Senator Bernie Sanders is currently in the lead among Golden State voters.
I do not want this campaign to degenerate into a Trump-type effort where we're attacking each other, where it's personal attacks. Joe has his ideas, his record, his vision for the future. I have mine.
After placing third in her home state, Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren's campaign says she's reassessing and will have more to say in the coming days.
While primary contests across the country will continue through June, the president is looking ahead to the general election, weighing in on his Democratic challengers.
One thing this whole thing has shown, that you can't buy an election. It's a beautiful thing. I think Joe actually would have the advantage now. Had Elizabeth Warren endorsed Bernie, you're talking about a whole different subject.
Exit polling showed electability was a top priority for Super Tuesday voters, with Democrats saying they prefer a nominee who can beat President Trump to one they agree with on major issues. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Next week, voters in a half dozen states will head to the polls for more primaries.
The cleanup continues in parts of central Tennessee following the deadliest tornado outbreak to hit the U.S. in years. At least 24 people are dead and more than 24 are still missing. Officials in Putnam County, one of the hardest hit areas, say 5 of the victims who died yesterday were under the age of 13. This couple lost everything when the twister hit, but they managed to escape with their lives.
We were flying in the air into the trees back there, where once we hit those trees, the house exploded.
The next phase of recovery involves restoring power to thousands of customers left in the dark. President Trump, who plans to visit on Friday, tweeted that the U.S. stands with the people of Tennessee.
Well, there's more to come at 4. We're in the kitchen with Andy Belling next.
When we come back, she's checking out Campo di Bella in Mount Horeb, where they invite you to slow down for an Italian experience. That's when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
More time on your health, not your drive to the gym. Anytime Fitness has 40 area locations, so they're close to home and work. Get more strength training, more cardio, and more coaching at Anytime Fitness. Now, get a 2-week membership at Anytime Fitness for just $2.
Not just better, it's the best Outback ever. The new 2020 Subaru Outbacks are at Don Miller. You'll get the Outback Advantage with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and EyeSight driver assist technology. Now with the Subaru A Lot to Love event, lease the Outback Premium, $249 per month, 36 months, 10,000 miles per year, no security deposit, $1949 due at signing, or choose 0.9% financing. The Outback at Don Miller Subaru, west on Odana or east side, High Crossing Boulevard, Madison.
Don Miller.
Just because we're super hungry
doesn't mean you gotta spend a lot, because Denny's brought back the Super Slam with eggs, hash browns, bacon, sausage, and pancakes, all for just $5.99. The $5.99 Super Slam is back. See you at Denny's.
From kids to pets and parties, we'll lay the groundwork for all of life's awesome moments. This is Tom Coyle. My family and I say thank you. We're proud to have been a part of this community for 75 years. During our 75th anniversary event, standard carpet installation is just $75. Carpet 1 room, 3 rooms, even your whole house, and installation is only $75. Coyle Carpet 1 Floor and Home, locally owned and operated since 1945.
Month after month, I'm doing it all. The supplements, the veggies, the water, but I still have recurring constipation, belly pain, straining, and bloating. My doctor said I could have a real medical condition called IBS-C.
From my recurring constipation and belly pain from IBS-C, I said yes to Linzess.
Linzess treats adults with IBS with constipation. Linzess is not a laxative. It works differently. It helps relieve belly pain and lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements. Do not give to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
I'm doing it all, and I said yes to Linzess. Ask your doctor about Linzess.
I'm Mike Bloomberg. Mike Bloomberg. Mike Bloomberg.
You've probably seen more ads from Michael Bloomberg than the rest of us running for president put together. Big money is powerful, but it doesn't always win. I know that firsthand. When I ran against an incumbent Republican to take a U.S. Senate seat away from Mitch McConnell, Bloomberg endorsed the Republican, and he raised big money for him. But I beat him anyway. I'm Elizabeth Warren, and I approve this message because I believe our democracy should work for you, not the billionaires.
Joe Biden's strong Super Tuesday showing sent stocks soaring. The Dow Industrials gained 1,173 points, closing at 27,090. The NASDAQ up 334 points, and the S&P 500 added 126. Well, Mount Horeb is known for its Norwegian heritage, so it only makes sense that one of the best places to eat in town is an Italian restaurant.
Campo di Bella only serves dinner on Friday and Saturday nights, and by reservation only. As we go in the kitchen with Andrea Bailing, we find out this all started with a farm.
We were kind of living that rural suburban lifestyle, but just working really hard just to pay the mortgage. And when we were going back to Italy, we saw how calm and the wonderful lifestyle they had out there and how everything was really easygoing. And we thought, what are we doing this for? Our kids were still very young at that time. And so we said, you know what, let's go do something that we can help people, to educate people on their food and where it comes from. And so in 2008, in the dead of winter in December, we bought the farm, but we saw potential, and it was our little piece of heaven.
You guys grow your own vegetables here as well?
We do. As many of the vegetables as we can. We've grown salad greens, endive, a little bit of arugula, and then whatever vegetables we don't grow, then we go ahead and we look for local or organic sources. We had no education in agriculture. Farming was a large learning curve all the way around. So we grew up in the city of Chicago together, about 12 blocks away from each other. So the little plots of green that we had in Chicago was what we were used to, not these acres of wonderful land. So this is from our wine bar menu, the prosciutto tartine. So what it is it's our homemade rustic Italian bread that we make in-house every weekend ourselves, right there, freshly baked this morning. And then we toast it and we put Dream Farm goat cheese and then some gorgeous prosciutto di Parma, sliced super thin, that I did myself with a little bit of arugula, salad greens, and then some acetto balsamico, and this is the good aged stuff.
The good stuff.
This is the 25-year-old stuff. This is the stuff, and then a little bit of olive oil. And then this is homemade risotto made with Italian sausage. My dad's secret recipe. He was a butcher in Chicago for 30 years.
Oh, cool.
And our pork, and then some portobello mushrooms in there. So just a hearty, nice, comfort kind of food. And then we have a beautiful ossobuco.
So pretty.
Thank you. I made this myself yesterday, low and slow.
It takes a long time.
It really does. This is about 8 hours to 12 hours of cooking. These are beautiful veal shanks that we slow braised in red wine and stock, and then added some gorgeous carrots and celery at the end here with a little bit of French thyme that we grow here on the farm. And then last but not least is a beautiful dessert option, and this is an Italian panna cotta. And panna cotta means cooked cream is the best way to say that. So it's milk and heavy whipping cream. Put a little bit of vanilla. We kept it very light because the real sweet part of this is the honey on the top. That's Gentle Breeze honey from here in Mount Horeb as well.
And you do have one farm stay upstairs,
We do. We turn the upstairs here into a I won't call it an apartment because it doesn't have a kitchen to it, but there's a lovely lounge area with 3 sofas and a bathroom with a shower, and then a king-size bedroom upstairs with a desk and you know, some amenities and stuff like that. So yeah, if you just want to get the whole experience, come for dinner, relax, you can just walk right upstairs, and then in the morning wake up to the sounds of the country. It's really a lovely.
Very Italian.
Very much so.
It's very cool. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for having us in today.
Welcome.
This all looks great. I've got to try this.
Do that.
Andy's here now.
What an experience.
What a story.
No, you feel like you're in Italy just for a short while when you go there. It's a really special place.
So you need to go online and make reservations.
Yes, yes. They often sell out, and the menus are all posted ahead of time. So you look at the menu, decide what courses you want Friday or Saturday night, so you know exactly what you're going to get.
And it's a little pricey.
But the experience, really, it's worth it.
Yeah.
You know, you drive out to Mount Horeb, you spend a couple hours there, and they even say, you know, this is your time to have a glass of wine, relax, and really kind of take in this European kind of lifestyle that both of them, that's part of their personal history.
I love their story, too, being in Chicago, growing up in Chicago with this much grass. Yeah.
They both have family members that still live in Italy, too, which is kind of cool. They go back to Italy a lot, so they bring back a lot of those influences, and they're great. Mark and Marianne, they've got something special there.
Make their own wine as well, right?
Yeah, they just made a rosé vermouth. Oh my gosh, it's like a mulled wine flavor. Delicious.
Have to check it out.
Yeah, we should do that.
Check out Madison Magazine this month for more on this and the whole story. Great restaurant.
I bet it gets even better when it gets warmer, too.
Yes,
Spring and summer.
Sit out on the patio, watch the sun go down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Andy, thank you.
Thank you.
Still to come at 4, as the weather warms up, the Iceman Cometh Challenge shows up, and it cometh for you.
We'll tell you about the country's biggest mountain bike race and how you can register to take part. That's when Live at 4 continues.
See more life.
Right now, during Steinhaffel's President's Day sale, save up to $800 on select Beautyrest adjustable base sets. Buy any Beautyrest Black, Hybrid, or Platinum mattress and get free next-day delivery, plus a $100 SpaFinder.com gift card and get 60-month special financing. Steinhaffel's has all of the best brands so you can try before you buy. And right now, it's the best time to save big on your new mattress. We are your mattress shopping destination.
Where can a healthier heart lead you? For people with heart failure taking Entresto, it may lead to a world of possibilities. Entresto is a heart failure medicine prescribed by most cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of your heart, so it may not work as well. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. And with a healthier heart, there's no telling where life may take you. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure, and trust your heart to Entresto.
In life, there are talkers and there are doers. Mike Bloomberg has spent his life getting things done. Started a company from scratch, creating 20,000 good-paying jobs. That's getting it done. As mayor, he rebuilt a shaken city after 9/11, created over 450,000 jobs, expanded healthcare to 700,000, and raised teacher pay. Elected for 3 terms because he got things done. Mike beat the NRA, strengthening gun laws. He beat Big Coal, closing over 300 dirty coal-fired plants. Mike is still getting things done. So ask yourself, for president, do you want a debater or a doer? Someone with workable, common-sense plans to fix healthcare and create jobs, who's done both. Mike has the record and resources to beat Trump, and it'll take both. But Mike will get it done.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
Take a look at this. An Ohio man brought a tuxedo-clad llama to a wedding, delighting everyone except the bride. Mendel Weinstock was making good on a promise he'd made years ago to his sister Reva. Annoyed by her constant wedding daydreaming, he vowed to bring a llama if the big day ever happened. Reva figured he was just yakking, so she bet the farm, agreeing to his hypothetical terms. Fast forward 5 years, and Mendel made good, much to Reva's chagrin, although Mendel dapper guest was forced to remain outside the venue. Two inflated llamas were seated at the head table. Reva's already planning her revenge.
The look on her face is so funny.
Yeah,
That's
you
great.
see her out of the picture. First she's out of the picture, and then all of a sudden,
not happy.
That's great.
A lot of fun.
That's funny.
She'll remember that.
I was just going to say, the worst situations make the best stories later.
Well, we're watching a chance for some rain and snow showers late tonight and tomorrow. I don't think it's going to amount to very much. But after that, a big weekend warm-up still on the way. I'll have the details and weather in a few minutes.
Oh, look at that blue sky.
Now, a WISC-TV editorial with editorial director Neil Heinen.
U.S. Representative Donna Shalala wrote a column for the New York Times this week calling for our nation to treat the coronavirus outbreak as a public health crisis and put our efforts into supporting worldwide health professionals and coordinated efforts to fight the illness and stop using it for political messaging. Shalala criticized politicians in both parties for using the crisis to win political points. Of course, Shalala is a former UW chancellor. She's also a former Secretary of Health and Human Services, as is former Governor Tommy Thompson, who long advocated for healthcare diplomacy as a foundation of U.S. foreign policy. In other words, both are suggesting from experience that we get politics out of the way and that our nation put its considerable expertise and resources into treating this outbreak and the public health challenges sure to follow with what Shalala calls the gravity and unity they deserve. Sounds a lot like the Wisconsin idea to us.
Pills. You crush them. Kind of. Kale. You eat it for breakfast. Sometimes. You go far to eliminate stubborn fat. But sometimes life gets in the way. Cool Sculpting takes you further. A non-surgical treatment that targets, freezes, and eliminates treated fat cells. For good. Discuss Cool Sculpting with your doctor. Some common side effects include temporary numbness, discomfort, and swelling. Don't imagine results. See them. Cool Sculpting. Take yourself further.
It's perfect. Thank you for choosing our home. Here's a list of our favorite spots to help you live like a local. And here is our Spectrum Wi-Fi password and a channel guide to help you settle in.
Did you say Spectrum?
Experience the fastest starting speeds for the price with Spectrum Internet. At 200 megabits per second, you'll enjoy faster surfing, streaming, and gaming. Switch to Spectrum Internet for $44.99 a month. Call 833-902-4499. Then lose yourself in the best in entertainment with more HD and more free on demand. With thousands of free titles to choose from and the best in live TV, there's always something on. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Plus, download the Spectrum TV app for more ways to watch. Call 833-902-4499.
It happened again. You guys were supposed to leave yesterday.
Is that my robe?
Is it?
Lose yourself in the best internet and TV with Spectrum. Switch now from $44.99 a month each, all with no contracts. Call 833-902-4499.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
There's a little bit of light snow late last night across southern portions of Wisconsin down toward southern Grant County, south of Platteville. But take a look at the live view from the WISC Skycam. Skies are mostly clear right now. It's about average temperature for this time of year, so really, all in all, it's not a bad day. But the clouds will be coming in later on tonight. In fact, we're at the time of year where we really have to start worrying about severe weather. And our Dark Skies Severe Weather Seminar is coming up a week from Saturday, March 14th, over at Madison College, the Truax campus. This is an all-day seminar. Come and go as you please, but it runs from 8:30 in the morning until 4 p.m. in the afternoon. We'll have some information booths set up for severe weather information, but we're going to have Dr. Victor Gensini from Northern Illinois University talk about his tornado research and how Tornado Alley may be shifting more toward Wisconsin with climate change. We'll also have some some severe weather planning for the audience with audience participation and the ability to go through some severe weather scenarios and have some severe weather safety tips. So keep that date in mind. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. There's a chance of showers overnight tonight into tomorrow. Might even be mixed with a little snow late tonight and early tomorrow morning. Should not amount to very much. We're back to sunny skies on Friday, and then that big weekend warm-up is still on the way. In fact, I've boosted temperatures a couple more degrees again. The precipitation we're watching for tonight is starting out as some light snow showers in northern Minnesota. Eventually, this area out to the west will fill in as the atmosphere becomes a little more moist. You can see this kind of curl in the clouds here. That's what's going to head southeastward. To the south, more heavy rain in a part of the country that's just been getting walloped all spring, all late winter and now into the early spring with heavy rain and some severe weather. But around here, things are pretty quiet. Of course, we have sunny skies right now, but those clouds are coming in from the west. It's also going to become a little windy tomorrow, especially out to the west of us. There are wind advisories in effect for much of Iowa and western Minnesota. But as we look at future track, you can see how the clouds come in later on tonight. There could be some light rain and snow showers, and maybe a couple of rain or snow showers tomorrow afternoon. Then we clear out for Friday. Winds will be out of the north, so that'll keep our temperatures down to around 40. But then notice those winds becoming southerly out to the west, and that'll fuel the big warm-up for the weekend. So for tomorrow, look for variably cloudy skies. It'll be breezy with a chance of showers. Might even be mixed with a few flakes of snow, especially in the morning. High temperature at 44. But as we look at that 7 to 10-day forecast, you can see those temperatures jump up to 53 on Saturday, and now have a 61-degree high temperature on Sunday. Monday, some showers. We drop back to 50. We'll be in the 40s Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then back to the lower 50s by the end of next week.
All right, Gary, thank you. It's the world's largest one-day mountain bike race, the Iceman Cometh Challenge.
It's the greatest title. I love that title. Over 5,000 riders from across the country converge on Traverse City, Michigan, usually the first week of November, for a 30-mile mountain bike race. Registration for the race opens this Friday, March 6th. Kat Pay is the executive director, and Alex Zielinski is the director of sponsorship. Welcome to Madison, and welcome to Live at 4.
Thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
How is it that we have never heard of this race? Because this is a big deal.
It is.
Tell us about it.
We are excited to be here. So we are celebrating our 31st annual this coming November 7th of the Iceman Cometh Bike Race, sponsored by Bell's. So of course we have our wonderful lighthearted beer that we brought today. But yeah, we're excited to share this, and we have a lot of Wisconsin folks who come. So it made sense.
We're big bikers here too, yeah.
We are learning.
Yeah, we've noticed. So you jump on a mountain bike in November and you go through the woods for 30 miles?
Yes, so from Kalkaska to Traverse City, a point-to-point bike race.
And it's a race.
It is definitely a race.
All skill levels are welcome, from pros to beginners.
And I mean, this is getting very popular, right? You have to forewarn people the registration is coming because it sells out quickly.
Exactly. It will sell out quickly. We start 9 a.m. this Friday for those who have previously raced will be able to, and then anyone who is new to the Iceman Cometh will be able to register on Monday at iceman.com.
And you got a lot of great sponsors.
We do. We have a lot of sponsors.
Yes, we do. Bell's, the title sponsor, has been with us for a while. Cliff Bar, Meyer, we have a lot of great partners. Defeat, Bora Team, Ware, yeah, a lot of good partners.
Local here too.
Local, yeah. We've met with a few of them already. Saris, a lot of good folks over here.
Oh, that's wonderful. And I understand this all wraps up with a big party, and that's one of the highlights.
It does, yes. The Bell's Celebration Zone is big out Timber Ridge, which is the finish line venue in Traverse City, Michigan. So people come in and they cannot believe that they have been through sun, sleet, snow, and every kind of weather in the last few hours that they have raced to the finish. Our amateurs start at 9 a.m. and our pros start at 2 p.m. And by 6 o'clock, everyone is having a wonderful Bell's at the finish.
So it's all levels of experience.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly, yes, it is.
Have you guys ever done it?
We
have not.
Would you like to?
I would
like to, yes, I would like to.
I don't know if I'd survive it, but I do know that between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. is my window of getting there. So I think I would be safe. And it is tandem, fat tank, all of it.
How intense is it? I mean, is it pretty challenging?
It can be.
The weather's a big factor. I mean, last year was kind of muddy. You know, sometimes we have snow, sometimes it's what is it, a nice man, if it's like 60 and sunny. So it just depends, you know. It's a grab bag, really.
It sounds like a big party.
It is, but it's a lot of fun, and people train year-round for this. This is the culmination of the season. We're one of the last mountain biking races of the season at the beginning of November, so people are getting ready to put away their bikes.
Yep, last hurrah.
And there are pros.
Oh, yes, from all over the world that come in and race.
So if people who are watching are interested in registering, how do they do that?
Iceman.com is where all the information for registration is. And then, of course, more information about our race. And you can always check us out on Facebook and Instagram and follow us and see what we're up to. And the winner does get a true ice trophy.
Oh, that's cool.
Made out of ice.
So go online.
Yes.
On Friday, right? When does the registration open?
Registration opens this Friday for those who've raced before.
Oh, I gotcha.
And anyone new to the Iceman Cometh, Monday morning, 9 a.m., iceman.com opens up for everyone else.
Traverse City is so beautiful. It's like we couldn't do this in August.
I know.
Maybe one of these years.
Thanks for coming out today.
Great to see you both.
Thank you for having us.
There's more for later on. Lisa Briggs will be here taking your plant questions live.
And then tonight at 5, it's been 1 week since the shooting at Molson Coors in Milwaukee. We'll share an update from that investigation coming up tonight at 5.
People were afraid I was contagious. I felt gross.
It was kind of a shock after I started Cosentyx. 4 years clear.
Real people with psoriasis look and feel better with Cosentyx. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about an infection or symptoms. If your inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to, serious allergic reactions may occur. Ask your dermatologist about Cosentyx.
Here at Harker Heating and Cooling of Madison, we are proudly celebrating over 70 years of excellence. A lot can change in 70 years, but some things never do, like our commitment to providing our customers with 100% satisfaction every single day. When you make that call to Harker, you can rest assured that a team of qualified, trustworthy, skilled individuals are ready to address your home service concerns. Harker Heating and Cooling, your hometown heroes for over 70 years.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
You were always the responsible one, so much like me, always taking care of everyone else. But this wasn't your responsibility. I already took care of the arrangements. The Ryans made it so easy. I didn't want you to worry about a thing. It's my last gift to you, my lovely daughter.
After 30 years, Wisconsin Craft Market is closing its doors forever. Get unbelievable craft deals now. Shop our going out of business sale. Hurry in for the best selection at Wisconsin Craft Market.
Celebrate Ashley Home Store's 75th anniversary with the ultimate sale. We're throwing the ultimate party so you can save up to 55% off dozens of doorbusters throughout the store, including living rooms, bedrooms, and more. Then get the ultimate party favor. Take an additional 10% off our sale prices, plus 3 years financing with no interest charges. Plus, save big on sleep with the very best mattress deals on the best brands. Ultimate deals, ultimate selection, ultimate style. Only at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Hey everyone, Thursday morning, Hattie's tracking a chance for rain and snow that could affect your morning commute.
And we'll tell you about local efforts to get books into the hands of every kid and close the achievement gap.
We'll see you starting at 4:30.
Before you make plans, download the Channel 3000 First Warn Weather app.
Tonight at 5, Mike Bloomberg has announced he is dropping out of the race for president. What it means for his supporters here in Wisconsin, that's at 5.
Skies will turn cloudy overnight with a chance of showers from late tonight into Thursday. There could even be a few flakes of snow mixed in at times as well. My News 3 Now First Warn forecast at 5.
And ahead at 6, Wisconsin lawmakers are asking health officials how they plan to handle potential coronavirus outbreaks at places like prisons and long-term care facilities. That's tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
A live look downtown, bright blue sky on this Wednesday afternoon. America Ferrera made a name for herself on the hit TV show Ugly Betty.
Now she's stepping behind the camera as executive producer of a new Netflix series, the bilingual comedy Gentefied. It tells the story of a Mexican-American family trying to keep its business afloat in a gentrifying East Los Angeles neighborhood.
Maria Villarreal has the story.
Boyle Heights is so stunning and such a gorgeous backdrop and such a beautiful community.
America Ferrera is no stranger to East LA's Boyle Heights. The mostly Latino community provided the setting for her first big movie role, Real Women Have Curves.
A woman has thoughts, ideas, a mind of her own.
Nearly 2 decades later, she's back as executive producer for a new Netflix series created by 2 young Latino writers. Gentefied follows 3 Mexican-American cousins trying to save their family's taco shop as rising rent prices threaten to drive them out of the neighborhood.
We're not going to save the shop with a burrito. We're going to save it with some changes.
Gentefied is gentrification, so it's kind of progress in a neighborhood, but by the people who are from there.
We met up with Ferreira at the restaurant that serves as the taco shop's exterior.
I really saw my experience and my identity struggles in what they had written.
I would imagine that's what drew you to the project then.
Absolutely. The kind of push and pull of gentrification, of, you know, progress, and the tension that that creates with roots and with history is sort of an issue that I've lived with internally my whole life.
Ferreira grew up in Southern California wanting to fit in, but also craving a connection to her Honduran heritage.
My genuine heart's desire is to tell stories that haven't been told. We learn to see ourselves in Tom Hanks and Julia Roberts, or whoever you have, but there's no reason why we can't also have genuine, authentic reflections of who we really are.
That authenticity came in part by forming ties with the people of Boyle Heights.
We started building relationships with organizers and activists and organizations here in the community before we came in and started shooting.
The show chronicles gentrification in a neighborhood already facing its own real-life transformation.
It's a very contentious issue, particularly right here in Boyle Heights.
Was that something that you guys took into account as you were putting the show together? The idea that there would be pushback from the people that lived here?
Absolutely. Does it help to talk about this issue, to spotlight Boyle Heights? Does it, or does it hurt, you know? And I think that those questions are all very alive and explored in the series. Landlords like to pull the scare tactic often.
Ferreira has a cameo in the show, but her main role is behind the scenes, directing and producing.
It's hard to get stories about people like us made.
Like us as in?
As in Latinos. And then to get those stories told by us is very, very uncommon. To get to tune into this series and see a whole brand new cast full of incredible talent, that's a win. You know, it doesn't have to be tune in to see America Ferreira, the only Latina you see in, you know, in a call, or one of the five. Like, that's boring.
The 35-year-old, now pregnant with her second child, is mindful about the society she wants her kids to grow up in.
My desire is to raise my children to love who they are and to love everything about who they are, and let their natural, innate love of themselves and love of others be what guides them.
She hopes the show will create a world where Latinos feel empowered both on and off screen.
So we made this show to appeal to a very specific audience, an audience like ourselves who very rarely get to see ourselves on screen. I think Tom Hanks and Julia Roberts should tune in and see themselves in me and in the people I grew up with.
Very talented.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's on Netflix, so check it out. With spring fever in full swing, thoughts turn to flowers and gardening.
Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is here. She's standing by, ready to take your plant and garden questions. There she is. Call now if you'd like to talk to Lisa, 270-9933. Hello, Lisa.
Of course, it's been a trusted brand for over 40 years, and now they're starting a brand new service. We have Tasha Robinson here joining us today. So Age at Home by a Grace is what?
Age at Home by a Grace is a high-quality personal care program that specializes in housekeeping, companion care, running errands, a chore service.
And a Grace really has been compassionate end-of-life services for so long, but Age at Home is very different.
Age at Home is more personal care.
And I'm really excited. I have this fancy Age at Home shirt, so I get to play a caregiver today, and we're gonna go see Terry. What are some of the things that we need to help Terry with?
Today we're going to help Terry with a sandwich. He likes to have a sandwich prepared for him so that he can have it later on in the day. We also help remind him to take his medications. So those are the services we will provide for him today.
And you are hiring for those exact caregivers because you have a lot of people who are looking to have this service here in Dane County.
Yes, we are. We're always looking for caregivers. We have part-time hours, a very flexible schedule, and we have awesome clients to work with.
Tasha, who could benefit from a service like Age at Home?
Anyone in the community, anyone who needs personal care services, chore services. If you are just being discharged from the hospital and you need someone to come in and maybe make a bed for you, walk your dog, because we have pet services as well. If you need assistance with errands, we can do that. So anyone that needs help.
How are you at cards? Because I'm pretty competitive.
So am I.
Oh boy, here we go. If you are looking for any personal or companion care, please keep Age at Home by Grace in mind. I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison.
I didn't choose this exact type of metastatic breast cancer, but I did pick clarity by knowing I have a treatment that goes right at it.
Discover Piqray, a treatment that specifically targets PIK3CA mutations in HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC. Piqray is taken with fulvestrant after progression on hormone therapy and helps people live longer without disease progression. Do not take Piqray if you've had severe allergic reactions to it or any of its ingredients. Piqray can cause serious side effects, including severe allergic and skin reactions, high blood sugar levels and diarrhea that are common and can be severe, and pneumonitis. Tell your doctor right away if you have symptoms of severe allergic reactions or high blood sugar while taking Piqray. Your doctor will monitor your blood sugar before and during treatment, and more often if you have type 2 diabetes. Before starting, tell your doctor if you have a history of diabetes, skin reactions, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Common side effects include rash, nausea, tiredness, weakness, decreased appetite, mouth sores, vomiting, weight loss, hair loss, and changes in some blood tests. Ask your doctor about Piqray.
As we take a look at traffic this afternoon, you can see this is the view of the Beltline at Park Street, and starting to see some slowdowns in the westbound direction, traffic driving right into the sun. Eastbound also seeing some delays now. In fact, pretty significant delays starting from near Monona Drive, going back to almost to Verona Road. Westbound delays start around Fish Hatchery Road and go back to around West Broadway. Also have a stalled vehicle on I-3990 southbound, just south of the Beltline. As far as travel times are concerned right now, 23 minutes on the eastbound Beltline from University Avenue to the interstate, 16 minutes going back in the westbound direction, 25 minutes down to Janesville on I-3990 from the Beltline southward, 17 minutes to Sauk City on US 12, and 16 minutes to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue and US 151. That is your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
All right, Gary, thank you. Check out a California homeowner's homemade answer to would-be thieves. Katie Camarera says thieves have been stealing items from her cars in the area, so she set up a motion-activated sprinkler to protect her possessions. Needless to say, the do-it-yourself defense is making a big splash, especially the extra squirt at the end. And stay out. I don't know if they sell those at the Bruce Company, but they should. Lisa Briggs is here from the Bruce Company taking your calls at 270-9933. Hello to you.
Hi, Lisa. That was hilarious.
That's pretty funny.
Pretty
the last one squirt at the end. You guys, pretty flower here?
Yeah, clivia. This is a plant that we get at this time of year, like late winter, very early spring, and they come in mostly orange, sometimes yellow, but they're very popular. So, everybody, the clivia have started to arrive.
All right.
And some peperomia just because they're
Is it a house plant or you can put it outside?
It's a house plant.
Okay. All right, let's go to the phones. We'll start with Sue in Sauk City. Hi, Sue.
Hi there. I am glad to be talking to you, Lisa. I'm a plant lover. I have 25 of them in my living room.
Oh my goodness.
I've sent a picture of a Christmas cactus to you on Channel 3.
Okay.
I wanted to ask about a calancho. I have a mold on it, and I was wondering if, of course, I'm trying to promote the Bruce Company. Do you have a mold thing to get rid of mold?
I would guess that you're overwatering. If it's on the plant itself, it's a sign of overwatering. And if it's on the soil, the same thing. We do have mold asides, so like a herbicide, but for mold, but they're gonna kill a lot of other things or at least damage your plant. So calancho like to be dried out, so I would let it dry out and see if that helps.
Okay.
All right, thank you for calling. Let's go to Susan in Albany. Hi, Susan, what's your question?
Yes, we have evergreens, and the bottom of the trees are all dying, and there's several types of evergreens. What is causing that?
Well, it could be a couple of things. Most evergreens, if we're talking about spruces and pines, are very much a sun lover. And so as the trees get really large, they start to shade out the underside, and losing big branches on the bottom of the trees is not uncommon. There are other things like some fungal diseases that start at the bottom, but what you'll really notice is that through the tree there'll be random patches where you will have dieback. If it's just bottom branches, I wouldn't worry about it. Just remove them and the plant should be fine.
I've always wondered that. It's a lot, bottom of those trees along there.
Yes. Yeah.
Dead. All right. Let's go to Dorothy in Montello. Hi, Dorothy.
Good afternoon. I have a blooming lemon tree. It blooms beautifully, but it does not set fruit. What is going on?
Do the flowers like fully develop, or do they fall off kind of in mid-production?
A little bit of both.
Okay, so if the flowers are aborting, then you're not going to get fruit. I am not sure, because I am not a citrus grower, if they need a pollination thing. Some do and some don't. So if you have the name of the variety of the lemon plant that you have, you can email it to the plant desk at brucecompany.com, and we can try to give you some more intensive advice. It's kind of hard to do that on the on the TV without me looking at it.
Okay. All right, let's go to Mara in Dickeyville. Hi, Mara. What's your question?
Hi. I need to have an orchid with kind with all the roots growing around. But anyway, I'm getting sprouts, you know. But my question is, do I need to put in plant food in it?
In general, now that we've gotten to the beginning of March, it is time to start fertilizing your houseplants. You really want to wait till the days are long and we have more sun and they're actively growing. Otherwise, the fertilizer is just kind of a waste. So yes, you can go ahead and water and fertilize your orchids. Use a water-soluble fertilizer. You mix it with water, and if you're on a weekly water schedule, you want to water, fertilize. Water, fertilize. And you can go ahead and do that now.
Can you transplant them?
If they need to be transplanted, you can, but it's probably unlikely, since orchids are what's the word I'm looking for? Since they're not growing, since they're not growing in soil, you want to repot when that potting medium, whether it's bark or whatever it is, starts to break down. But otherwise, that's really not that necessary. Yeah, they don't necessarily need more room.
Okay.
All right, let's go to Rhoda in DeForest. Hi, what's your question, Rhoda?
Yes, my sister or daughter-in-law received a tulip plant for her birthday, and the tulips were bloomed, and now they have died. I know you can reuse the bulbs. Do you leave them in the dirt now and plant them in the spring?
Yes. So have her cut back the flowers because you don't want it to go to seed. Keep it in a bright, sunny spot. Water it regularly, and then when we get some nicer weather, I would say end of April, when you can get your shovel in the ground and a lot of the moisture is out of the soil, go ahead and plant it in a sunny spot. She may or may not get flowers next year because those potted ones are forced. It takes a lot of energy for the bulb to produce a flower under those conditions. But in future years, she should be fine.
Okay, good deal. The gift that keeps on giving.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah. Thanks for your calls today, everybody. Great calls, Lisa. We could do another whole segment with you today.
I can take others off the air if you want to hang on.
If you're on the line, say that Lisa will talk to you off the air, and we'll have
absolutely.
Final check of your forecast coming up.
The ups and downs of frequent mood swings can plunge you into deep, depressive lows. Take you to uncontrollable highs. Or make you feel both at once. Overwhelmed by bipolar 1 symptoms? Ask about Vraylar. Some medications only treat the lows or the highs. Vraylar effectively treats depression, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1. Full spectrum relief of all symptoms with just one pill once a day. Elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction. Or uncontrollable muscle movements may be permanent. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. Metabolic changes may occur. Movement dysfunction, restlessness, sleepiness, stomach issues are common side effects. When bipolar 1 overwhelms, Vraylar helps smooth the ups and downs.
From kids to pets and parties, we'll lay the groundwork for all of life's awesome moments. This is Tom Coyle. My family and I say thank you. We're proud to have been a part of this community for 75 years. During our 75th anniversary event, standard carpet installation is just $75. Carpet 1 room, 3 rooms, even your whole house, and installation is only $75. Coyle Carpet 1 Floor & Home, locally owned and operated since 1945.
You wouldn't accept an incomplete job from anyone else. Why accept it from your allergy pills? Flonase relieves your worst symptoms, including nasal congestion, which most pills don't. Flonase helps block 6 key inflammatory substances. Most pills only block 1. Flonase.
Tonight at 5, the school district of Janesville moving closer to a potential referendum, why they say it's necessary. And as the death toll in the United States has increased for coronavirus, UW Health has released its preparedness plan for the illness, what it includes at 5.
Nice sunny evenings. Yeah. Another hour or so.
Yeah, so the temperatures will drop off pretty quickly this evening, but you can see to our north and west already some light snow showing up over northern Minnesota. That will kind of develop southeast with time. So those temperatures will drop off this evening. Then notice the temperatures rising overnight. We could see some rain and snow showers by tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's high, though, in the mid-40s.
All right. Thanks, Gary.
We'll be right back.